Josh Van has a completely inexperienced corner. Here's how I know. On some of the embedded footage of Josh training pre-fight, they show him shadowboxing with 10-pound dumbbells. He's also throwing punches at those styrofoam, what we call them swim noodles. A lot of striking coaches, have started using those swim noodles to help strikers work on both their offense and their defense. But here's the problem. There's two problems with that. First, a 10-pound dumbbell is way too heavy for any striker to use. At best, I would say you want to use a 2, maybe a 3-pound dumbbell. Here's why. Well, first, if you use dumbbells that are much heavier, like even 8 or 10 or 12 pounds, you're just training yourself to throw your punches much more slowly. Picking up a dumbbell and using that to shadow box does not make your punches stronger. That would defy the laws of physics, okay? Because the force being exerted on that dumbbell is straight down towards the center of the earth. That means the force you're exerting on the dumbbell to keep it from falling is upward. It's equal and opposite to the earth's gravity pulling it down. So you're training yourself to keep your hands up. Well, that's not a bad thing, right? It's important for strikers to be able to keep their hands up. However, the reasons that fighters drop their hands is not because of a strength issue. It's because of a conditioning issue. As they get tired later in the fight, that's when you see fighters start to drop their hands. So the only thing that'll make your punches stronger punching forward would be a force exerted backwards on you. So, for example, those resistance bands tied straight back behind you. But in the end, you need to hit the heavy bag. Now, the second problem with Josh holding any size dumbbell and hitting an object is you could really damage your hand. Whether you're holding a dumbbell, a roll of quarters, anything, if you strike against a surface with a metal cylinder in your fist, you could potentially really break up your knuckles or the metacarpals in your wrist hand area. Okay, so shadow boxing and hitting noodles with the dumbbells, that's the first giveaway that Josh's corner is inexperienced and ignorant. The second is when he was supposedly cutting weight at the UFC's Performance Institute, he's moving around in the cage in a pair of shorts, bare-chested. So either they're just making that up and he's not really cutting weight, or like, why would you cut weight with no clothes on? It's standard to put on more than usual clothes to help you break a sweat more quickly. So all of this either means to me that Josh Van and his corner are ridiculously ignorant, or they're just doing these things for the camera. Okay, now let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, they're just doing all these antics simply for the embedded cameras. My question then is, why would you bother doing that? Now you've still got to go through your real workout if you just did a phony workout for embedded. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So tell me what you guys think. I think this is one of the major factors in why Josh Van does not defeat Alexandre Pantoja. But you tell me, what do you think of Josh Van and his cornermen? I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you. And don't forget to join us for our live stream on YouTube. Go over to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we go live. We will be covering the UFC co-main and main events and also boxing. We have Lamont Roach Jr. fighting Isaac Cruz in Texas. Thank you so much. I'll see you there.